everyone. Ahoy, Vikings. Have a very beautiful day here in Prague. Prague, which is the capital of the Czech Republic. Prague is the town with 1,200,000 inhabitants, and it is Praga Caput Regni, the capital of the area for ages, 1,000 years history. My name is Lucie, and I'm going to be with you today to show you around Prague. And just for your information, I was born here in Prague a few years ago, and I'm proud of the city, golden city, the city of 100 spires, the city where many people who became famous were born, like Madeleine Albright, Miloš Forman, and many others. Here we are in the old town square in the main part. It is part of the town which in history belonged to the traders, much more lively, noisy, and it is the pulsing spot of the town, the heart of the town. And when you look around, you can understand why we say that this is the showcase of architectural style that Europe has been developed with in last 1,000 years. Here we are in the old town square, and in the back you can see another highlight of Prague, which is the astronomical clock. The astronomical clock was built in 1410 and is providing the counter of time since then. The old town hall in the back is the oldest town hall in the town. You can see the Renaissance window, and above the window are gilded letters. One of the places in Prague not to miss is Prague Castle. Prague Castle is the seat of our president, and it is one of the largest complexes in the world. We are in the Prague Castle on the third courtyard. In the back you can see St. Peter's Cathedral. It was built for 600 years, from the 14th century till the 20th century. Madeleine Albright is one of the famous people who were born here. She is an American politician and diplomat. She was the first female United States Secretary of the United States history, having served from 1997 to 2001 under President Bill Clinton. We are here on the Charles Bridge, and let's have a look. This is a hidden area we call Prague Little Venice. What you can see is one side arm of the river Vltava, and it makes an artificial canal island. Another highlight of Prague is the Charles Bridge. Bridge, which is the connection between the Prague Castle and the old town. Bridge which is decorated with 31 statues. So once you walk across the Charles Bridge, you feel like in an open-air art gallery. This is the spot to visit because you can see what Prague is. Prague is the mixture of architectural style, which you can see in front of us. Sandstone deteriorates over time due to pollution in the air, acid rain, and constant contact with tourists. The stone is originally light tan, but turned black over time in an urban environment. All of the sculptures on the bridge are made of sandstone except for the statue of Saint John of Nepomuk, which is bronze. The crucifix and Calvary is a mix of sandstone and other materials. The copy of Saint Francis Borgia is by sculptor and restorer Jiří Kačer. It is the newest copy placed in the Charles Bridge. I think you should definitely visit my favorite part of the town called the lesser town, Malá Strana, where you may feel like you have arrived back to the 18th century because of mostly Baroque style horse carriages and the stone and medieval Charles Bridge. Streets there are full of magic and secrets and mystery. Part of the old town is the Jewish quarter, where we are just now. And in the Jewish quarter we have few synagogues that remained. We can see the old new synagogue, which is the oldest one we have. In fact, it is one of the oldest active synagogues in Central Europe. The defining characteristics of Czech cuisine are deeply connected with the cuisine of its neighbors. The first thing that anyone needs to understand about Czech cuisine is that it's not exactly known for being light. It consists of a lot of meat, carbs and sauce that will keep you warm and full during the cold winter. Food is often a window into exploring a new place, and the dishes that locals eat can tell you a lot about the local customs. Here we are in Karlova Street, and we discovered pictures of the traditional Czech food. Let's have a look. We can introduce you the most typical one. It is, for example, roasted duck with dumplings and sauerkraut. Another Czech food, which is one of the most traditional, is goulash. Goulash, it is stewed beef meat with dumplings. Dumplings, as you can see, is a Czech side dish made out of flour. Another typical food is fried schnitzel, made out of pork. We are here in the kitchen in the Prague Castle, and they tap really good Pilsner Urquell. Cheers! Tastes really good. Welcome in this little nice shop, Prague Chocolate. Let me introduce the manager of the shop, Anais, and she will give you a short introduction.
Hello, nice to meet you. So welcome in Prague Chocolate. Here our specialty is almond and chocolate, but we have also many more things that we are creating, such as pralines in chocolate. We have also chocolate bars with some fruits. We have also nougat, actually it's kinda famous, win some award at the Great Taste Contest. And recently we started to make fruits in chocolate, which are also quite successful. So please, if you would like to try some chocolate here, you are very welcome to do so. Maybe you know, but before the First World War, Czech Republic was known for being a great producer of chocolate. We were actually the third producer in the world, Czechoslovakia actually. And after the war, unfortunately, the tradition got lost, and now slowly we are starting to reintroduce the chocolate in the commerce. So here you could try actually our most popular almonds in milk chocolate with cinnamon. They are very delicious, but you can try many more coffee in chocolate as well. And we got also very great chocolate beer. It's a dark beer, actually. It's not sweet. Many people are afraid that it may be sweet, but it's actually a real Czech dark beer with a soft chocolate aroma inside. It's really good. And we also make some homemade hot chocolate, which you can test. It's just pure melted chocolate with cream. So it's thicker. Maybe if you know how they make it in Italy and Spain, it's similar to that. It's less liquidish, more thick. Also with the same recipe you can do chocolate fondue. Put fruits in the chocolate, it's delicious.
By the way, Did you know that sugar cube has been invented here in the Czech Republic, that time Bohemia, 1840. Since then, we are using sugar cubes, before only loaf of sugar. Prague has attracted artists, composers, writers, and intellectuals since ever. Astronomer Johannes Kepler, composers Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, Ludwig van Beethoven, scientific celebrity Albert Einstein, they are all linked to Prague. Even today, there are people who fell in love with Prague, and their everyday work contributes to Prague's diversity and beauty. Franz Kafka, he was one of the famous people who were born here in Prague. And in the back you can see the native house of Franz Kafka. Who was he? He was a Jewish writer, born in Prague, wrote in German. One of his most famous books was Metamorphosis, where he described him turning into the beetle. Rudolfinum is one of the architectural most remarkable buildings in Prague. It was conceived as a multi-purpose cultural center combining exhibition rooms with concert halls. One of the most spectacular views in Prague is from highly acclaimed Lobkowitz Palace in the Prague Castle grounds. The palace is home to the aristocratic Lobkowitz family and one of the Europe's largest and oldest private collection of art, featuring priceless artifacts they left behind, such as Mozart's and Beethoven's manuscripts or the masterworks of Canaletto and Velázquez. Traveling with Viking, you have chance to gain privileged access to the Lobkowitz Palace and explore the Lobkowitz family fascinating story and art collection. If you are lucky enough touring the stately mansion, you can meet an heir of this noble estate, Prince William Lobkowitz, who is of American origin but with Czech roots, or his son.
Hello, Viking guests. It's William Lobkowitz here at the Lobkowitz Palace in Prague. We're greatly looking forward to having you come back to Prague, and everything is being prepared, and when you're back, we'll be very excited to have you. Thank you.
And here we are. This is another hidden gem here in Prague. We are in Lesser Town area, and this is a flower shop at the Red Lion. The shield is handwritten. Let's have a look inside. It's even more beautiful than outside. Hello. How are you?
Fine, and you?
I'm fine. Oh, look at this beautiful flower. There are many places with this magical atmosphere. For example, a flower shop at Red Lion, which is the most beautiful one I know in Prague. It perfectly fits into the atmosphere of this little part of the lesser town. Don't miss to look at a very unique and painted shield above the entrance door. Although it seems impossible, close to the most visited site in Prague, the Prague Castle, there is a place that tourists haven't fully discovered yet. Probably because the saying that the darkest place is right under the candle is true in this case. It is called the New World. Cobble, cracked streets, picturesque houses and hidden gardens, little cafes and restaurants that will tempt you to visit. In the past, mostly poor people had built their homes there in previous centuries, and that's why the houses are very small and picturesque and streets are very narrow. It gradually became a favorite place of artists because of the romantic atmosphere and quietness that reigns here. One of the hidden gems in Prague is this area. It is called the New World, and it is just 3-5 minutes from the Prague Castle, and the atmosphere here you can really appreciate and enjoy. It is like being in a village. Magic all around here. You feel like being in a village, and you are just few steps from the seat of the president. It is area where Miloš Forman filmed the film which was awarded by Oscars, Amadeus. If you want to have a coffee in the hidden place, this is place to be. The New World.
Okay, so this is our famous strudel made by our boss's wife, and she's making this strudel for the last 25 years, so it's very famous. So if you come here to our little hidden gem, you can enjoy this with a whipped cream.
We came all the way here to show you very special and unique architectural style you can find only in Prague. Cubism, Czech Cubism. This house in the back is the house built in 1911 by architect Gočár. And this is the place you can visit, because on the first floor is the Cubist house, Grand Café, Orient as well, with the Cubist interior. Let's go to visit the Cubist coffee house, which is on the first floor. And to get there, we are climbing up on the staircase, which is very typical for the Cubism, the bulb staircase. Sharp points, slicing planes, crystalline shapes. These are the trademarks of the Czech Cubists. If you look around the only surviving Cubist cafe in the world, you will see the Cubist mark everywhere. In the seating arrangements, the impressive chandeliers which draw your attention as soon as you walk in, the coffee cups, and even in one of the cafes, mouth-watering dessert called the Cubist wreath. And if you do decide to pay Grand Café Orient a visit, make sure you come after 6 p.m. when there is a live piano music to further enhance the unique atmosphere of this place. And the time is over now. We've seen the Prague Castle, the Lesser Town, the Old Town, Jewish Quarter, and the unique Cubist style in Prague, the house at the Black Madonna. We've tried to show you most of the highlights Prague can offer, in different mood, different light. And now it's time for you to explore on your own. So till then, stay safe and healthy. See you soon. Hello again. I'm back at home to answer the questions. If you have any, please send them through, and I try to answer them for you. So we wait, and here it comes. So the first one is by Julia Kloss from Manchester. Where's the best place to stay in Prague? The best place in Prague, in my opinion, is in the charming area we call Little Town, Lesser Town, Malá Strana. It's area below the Prague Castle. It is a little hilly, so once you decide to stay there, you must think about that it's not easy to walk on the cobblestones down the hill, up the hill. When you have some problems walking, maybe it's better to stay close to the river Vltava, close to the Charles Bridge. Then when you are a fan of history, probably for you will be the best the old town area, but again, remember it is crowded area. Lesser town is much more tranquil. And when you want to experience a place where more locals stay, it is outside the historical center. It is area which is called Vinohrady. Another question is from Barry Heaton from Bath. Are restaurants and attractions now open for business in Prague? Yes, at the moment it is opened for public and for business. Restaurants are not as crowded as we are used to in this time of the year because of the restrictions, of course. Usually we have visitors from all over the world, but now most of the customers are Czechs. Then our neighbors, people from Germany, Austria, Poland, Slovakia. It has changed a bit. Another question is from Naomi Ward from Chicago, Illinois. How long would you recommend for a stay in Prague? I would recommend as much as you can, of course. But when you visit Prague for the first time and you want to see the highlights, I would recommend 3 days, 3 to 5 days. This is enough time for you to understand a bit history, culture. You can meet some people in the restaurants, and you can brief a little bit the place with the locals. So 3 to 5 days. Another question is from Stephanie Vicker from Richmond, Virginia. Are there any other towns around worth visiting? Of course, definitely. There are many. We have many castles and chateaus in our country. Many of them with interesting history, interesting interiors. We have places to visit. I can recommend you, for example, Kutná Hora. Kutná Hora, it is about 1 hour 15 from Prague, and you discover ancient town which used to be a silver mining town in the history, very important for our country, and it is town which is on UNESCO World Heritage List as well. And close to Kutná Hora is Sedlec, where is the Bone Church. Another place we can recommend you to visit, which is close to Prague, not far, like 1 day trip, is Terezín. Terezín, it is a place which used to be the Gestapo prison during the World War II, and part of it became a concentration camp. Then we have another beautiful town which is also on UNESCO Cultural Heritage List, which is called Český Krumlov, but it is a little too far. Then Litomyšl, beautiful, lovely. It's about 2.5 hours from Prague. It is a town where they play Bedřich Smetana. He was born there. The composer who composed the symphony, My Country, My Fatherland. Another place is Chateau Nelahozeves, for example, where Antonín Dvořák was born, the composer of the symphony from the New World. And Mělník is a really lovely town. I like to go there. It is a place with my family. It is a place with a nice chateau where used to stay the queens and dukes from our history and their wives. And it is a place where Vltava influx into the Elbe River, and they have vineyards there. So many places we can recommend you once you decide to stay here a little longer to explore. Another question is from Lindsay O'Reilly from San Diego, California. Hello, Lindsay. What's your favorite local dish? Can you share the recipe? My favorite dish is roasted duck with red cabbage and Czech dumplings. Yeah, this is what I like very much. I don't eat very often, but we have this dish at least once a year on St. Stephen Day after Christmas. This is time of the year when my family, my husband's family, come to the house, and we all eat this Czech traditional food. My cousins, their children. Usually we are about more than 20. And the recipe for the Czech knedlík dumpling is not so difficult, but you need proper flour, 3.5 cups of the flour. But you start with yeast and sugar. It's like 1/3 of a cup of sugar and about 1 cup of lukewarm milk and a little of the flour, and you mix it and you wait for about 15 minutes, half an hour, so it grows. And then you add the rest of the flour and 2 eggs and 1/2 cup of lukewarm water, and you all mix it. And again, but really it's quite hard work to mix it right till it's not sticky. And then you wait for about 1.5 hours. Then it grows, and once it is bigger, you make rolls out of it, usually like 2-3 rolls, depends how big dumplings you want to have, and you steam it. You need big pot with steamer, flat steamer, and you put a little oil on this steamer that it doesn't get sticky, and you put on the steamer these rolls of dumplings, and you steam it for about 10 to 12 minutes, and when it is done, you cut on slices, and this is how Czech dumpling looks like. It is There are many different types of dumplings, of course. This is the basic one. Then we have bacon dumplings with bread dumplings, potato dumplings, which are more diet dumplings, fruit filling dumplings. It is good one. Inside this material you put plums or apricots or strawberries or blueberries or I don't know, and you boil it or you steam it again, and then you put on the top cottage cheese with sugar and butter. It's also delicious, yeah. Then we have, but this is food I like the best, I think. Yeah, the traditional Czech food. Roasted duck with red cabbage and Czech dumplings. Another question is from Angie Chapman from Columbus, Ohio. Prague looks beautiful. Oh, thank you. Are there any nice gardens to visit? Of course. I couldn't show you all the hidden gems. There are many, many. One of the hidden gems are the gardens. Really, really recommend it to visit. The Prague Castle area has gardens. The lesser town area has gardens. The old town has gardens. Some of them are really hidden. The new town area has gardens. This is what I can suggest you when you come and you want to discover on your own. Try to find some gardens. In the lesser town area, many of these gardens are decorated with Baroque statues, sala terenas, little ponds, little lakes with red fish, waterfalls. Very refreshing, yeah, gardens, the green color of Prague. Another question is Jude Denver, Newark from New Jersey. Where can I go to try the best local food? Where is the good cook? This is the answer. Of course, everybody has a different specialty. Like, for example, goulash. It is another Czech typical food. Czech food, it's not as spicy as the Hungarian one. It is stewed beef meat with dumplings. The best one is at Mlejnice. Mlejnice. It is not far from the astronomical clock in the Old Town Square. There's one little narrow street, Mlejnice, but you better make a reservation because it's a small little restaurant. Then another Czech local food is fried cheese. Fried cheese you can have in Lokal, where they tap really good beer. This is a restaurant where the locals go. This is why Lokal. Another tenderloin. It is beef meat with a creamy sauce and dumplings. Another must try. It is creamy sauce, sweet creamy sauce from carrot, parsley, celery. Yeah, so there are many. Another question from James Waits from Toledo, Ohio. Hello, James. Thank you very much. Prague looks very inviting. Oh, it's nice. Thank you very much. Do come and visit us. You are very welcome. Another question from Rachel Nottingham from New York. Thank you for the lovely tour of Prague. You are very welcome. For the times that you and your family want to get out of the city, what are your favorite day trips in the region? We love to go in the countryside. And we are lucky. We live on the western side of Prague, and we are surrounded with nice areas where are ancient castles surrounded with woods, forests, with Michaelis trees. So it is nice. This area is called Křivoklát, and another area is called Kokořín. Křivoklát, Kokořín. Yeah, this is the sound of our language. R, yeah, R with hook. We use quite often because we are Czechs. This is typical. Another question is, when is the best time to travel? Question from Charlie Gregson from Atlanta, Georgia. Most of the capitals, cities are the best in springtime and autumn time. The temperature is nice. It is not too cold as in winter. It is not too hot as in summer. And the nature in springtime is just waking up. In autumn, trees are changing colors. So I can recommend you spring or autumn. Well, the time is really passing by quickly. So thank you very much for your attention and for giving me some of these questions. I'm glad that you are interested about Prague and about life in Prague, about my hometown. And I hope I can invite you one day for a glass of beer and we can have a chat about your travels and about your experiences from your journeys. Till then, stay safe, stay awesome, and see you soon. Bye.